Why is the Western Wall such a holy place for Jews and deep seekers of this world? We're going to do a deep dive today about the spirituality behind being at the Kotel, the Western Wall, the Holy Wall. Now, we're doing this primarily because we're preparing for Tisha B'Av, where we remember and commemorate that there wasn't just a wall, there was a Beis HaMikdash. And this Beis HaMikdash was a place of divine clarity and connection to our souls, represented so much more elements of a better world. When Shlomo Melech was running the show, when we had the temple, there was peace between nations, and we're yearning very, very, very strongly and deeply to come to the third temple, a place where all souls are going to come to connect to Hashem. But today, in this era of time, all we have is a little remnant, the Kotel, the Western Wall. The Temple Mount, of course, where there's right now a mosque, that's actually the holiest place, which corresponds to, there's a spot in there called the Holy of Holies, but we're not going to get into that right now. We're going to learn about the spirituality behind the Western Wall through Chassidus. Let's jump right in. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to learn a piece of Rabbi Shlomo, and it's going to be some excerpts about the Holy Wall. HaKedusha shel Yehudi hu hi shehu yachol legalos me'Eretz Yisrael b'meshech 2000 shana v'adayin leyos nochech ba. The holiness of a Jew is that he can be exiled, banished from the Holy Land for 2,000 years, and still be there on a soul level, still be present there on such a deep level. All the tzaddikim say that you can't really go to the Kotel, the Holy Wall, for the first time. You've already been there. You've already been there. All of our souls have been at the Holy Wall. We've been at the Beis HaMikdash on a deep soul level, and that's what we're feeling when we get to this place. You're already there. Kishemagim leKotel lo margishim shehisrachaknu zman aruch. When you arrive at the Holy Wall, you don't feel like you've been far away for a long time. You know, time is so relative in that sense. It feels like a homecoming, that it maybe was like yesterday that you were there. You've always been there. There's this nostalgic feeling that you are connected to this place on a timeless level. Margishim shetamid hayinu sham. You feel like you were always there. Shenachnu edayim sham, that we are always there now. So it's just setting the stage for this connection to the Holy Land and to the Holy Wall, which is deeper than words, deeper than conscious thought. And that's really what drives a lot of the pro-Israel movement. They think it's just about Jewish rights and, justice, and it is. But on a deep level, it's a soul calling. I'm in this place. My soul is in this place. I need to protect it. Reb Nachman Omer, Beis HaMikdash hu nekuda ha'elyona shel kol am Yisrael. Reb Nachman says that the Beis HaMikdash is the nekuda elyona, the highest point of all of Klal Yisrael. Now, there's a whole bigger piece about this, but basically we have a soul down in this world that's living and operating, but our souls are also in higher realms. And the deepest part of our souls are connected to places of consciousness and connection to Hashem and Shemayim, and just on such a deeper level. And that often animates downward, like a downward spiral, our connection in this physical world. So the Beis HaMikdash is a place of our neshamas, Klal Yisrael, the Jewish people, the collective soul of Am Yisrael, is so connected to the Beis HaMikdash, which was a place of unity for all of Am Yisrael. Beis HaMikdash hu hakesher sheli im shamayim. The Beis HaMikdash is my connection to heaven. So just being in that area, in that orbit, I'm feeling a heavenly connection. Even though it's not there, I'm there on a deep soul level, because it was there at one point, so my soul is still there. Gewalt ze amok. This is very, very deep. What happens when I'm standing by the Holy Wall? I want you to slow down and just remember this, feelings that you've had there. There are beautiful places in nature. I could go on and on and on. You see all the time in my videos, I'm always doing things in nature. P.S. My name is Rabbi Noah. I do lots of short form content. This is my long form content. Please continue to follow along with me. I'm always in nature, in places all over wherever I can go. I love to be in nature. But there's something on a soul level that happens when you stand by the Holy Wall, which is, it's not comprehensible. It is something felt in the depths of your soul. Maybe I've never been put together in this world. But Gevald, in that moment, I'm connected to above. A Jew comes from one end of the world, and he stands by the Holy Wall. Maybe his lower point, it's not ordered. Maybe he's not going to connect his upper soul level connection to his physical actions in this world. We're going to stop there and just talk about this for a second. And Rabbi Shlomo talks about this in other places. A person can, God forbid, eat a cheeseburger on Yom Kippur and not be connected to the mitzvahs in this world. And it's so important to be connected to the mitzvahs in this world. But once you get to the holy wall, once you get to the land, woof, you have a soul awakening that doesn't always lead to changes in this physical world in mitzvahs. Hopefully it does on a little level, even a small imprint on the soul. But on a deep soul above level, this highest neshama, you feel it. Oh my gosh, do you feel this soul connection? You can't even explain it. You might not even have the words. And if you start to learn Torah as to why you feel it, it makes it so much more rich. So that's happening on soul level to people when they get to the Holy Land. And you can just sense it when you're around these people. What? I don't even know anything. What's happening to me? Jerusalem syndrome, what's happening to me? So, aval devar echad hu to'em. One thing he tastes, hu to'em sheyesh mashu besoch tochok shekashur. He tastes that there's something very, very deep happening inside of him, that he's connected. Im lamali, he's connected with above. Gewalt ze amok, gewalt ze amok. This is the deepest. We need to, as Jews, connect both to the mitzvahs, to our lower level soul that interacts in the physical world with the mitzvot, but we need to have points of interaction, points of connection, where we are touching the soul, touching the deepest depths of who we are. And Eretz Yisrael does that to Jewish souls. And people need to know and have language for that, and know that the Beis HaMikdash is still alive, and we're yearning and praying for the Beis HaMikdash because it connects us to our Lamala. It connects to our Lamata existence with our Lamala existence, and it's a place that the whole world, Beit Tfilah Yikra L'chol Amim, the whole world's going to connect to the holy wall, to the holy temple, the built Beis HaMikdash. But for now, when we see this holy remnant, we know that there's an ancient remnant part of our souls that has always been there, and that always wants to be there, and is so connected to this place, and this space, and this time, called Eretz Yisrael, called Yerushalayim, called the Holy Wall. And Hashem should bless us to see the Holy Wall rebuilt speedily in our days, but for the meantime, we need to yearn, connect to our Lamala by learning deep Torah that gives language to the deepest pinings of the Jewish soul, who hopes and dreams to be connected to the wall always. So let's hopefully be in Yerushalayim soon. By the time Tisha B'Av comes, we'll be in Yerushalayim with a rebuilt Beis HaMikdash. Bimher v'yameinu.